And to start today's episode of the Leicester City Crime, we're going to take on Borussia Dortmund in the round of 16 of the Champions League, away from home in the Signal Iduna Pod. Let's get straight into this one, up against to start the episode off, and hopefully get a victory here to hopefully see us advance further into the Champions League in this episode. Good win there for Tawu. Kostulas. Troy Parrott hits it, and Troy Parrott just puts it wide. I couldn't take a touch there because Shotterbeck would have got the ball off us, so I had to go for the first time shot. And it just went wide of the post. More again. Ball into the box. Looking for Adeyemi. Good save there from Gabara. Well, apparently Adeyemi wants to leave Dortmund because his girlfriend doesn't like living in Dortmund, which is an insane reason to leave a football club. You know what I mean? Like, you know, not like I want to better my career, play for a bigger club, earn more money, etc. My girlfriend doesn't like to live in Dortmund, so we're going to move to a different European city. You know what I mean? That's an insane reason. But here we go on the attack. Kostulas, can he score? And Kostulas is going to do so. Well, he has been the MVP of this series. He hasn't scored that many goals in the Champions League this season because he has simmed the league phase, most of it anyway. But obviously, as we get further into this series, as we get into the bigger games, we'll score a bunch of goals, hopefully for us. As he scores here, beats Gregor Kobel, and this glitch is still in the game. How have they not fixed it? How did they create it to begin with? I'd like to see how they created this glitch to begin with. But yeah. Kostulas scores to make it 1-0. Lovely finisher from him. He makes it 1-0 here to us. Put into Sergio Grassi. Now back to Adeyemi. There's a Champon, lovely challenge in there from him. Switched that wide here to Mikey Moore. So this is the more dangerous side of the pitch for them, even though they've got Adeyemi on the other side. The link up between Mikey Moore and Grassi and Chuka and Weka has been hard to defend against the ball to the back post. It's a bad. Okay, what was that touch? What just happened? There we go. Thank you, Manu. There's Troy Parrott. Oh, the delay in the run was too early from Kostulas. Kostulas through, lovely pass. Troy Parrott this time. Troy Parrott scores and it's 2-0. That's his first goal in the Champions League this season for the Irishman. He's been a great striker since we signed him. He's been incredible. He's developed the team massively in this season. He's now an 83 rated striker in the team, which is great to see. It's a good finisher from him. Kobel couldn't make the save. The Dortmund defence was nowhere to be seen after the ball through from Kostulas. And we now have a 2-goal lead here in Dortmund against Borussia Dortmund in the round of 16 of the Champions League. And if it's like this at half-time, I'd be tempted to sim the rest of the game. Good hold-up play from him to find Job, but there's Mino intercepting. And this should be 3-0. Kostulas, oh, it's actually Troy Parrott, sorry. And Troy Parrott doubles our lead, and well, doubles this goal tally and triples our lead. It's the second goal of the game, not much later after the first one. As Kostulas gets the assist again. It's a lovely finish there from Troy Parrott, breaking through the defence again, and I'm going to sim the rest of the game. As we're 3-0 up here in Dortmund, and the game should be done. We're going to sim the second leg as well, as long as we don't somehow throw this lead away. So let's quickly do that. 35 minutes in. 40 minutes into the game, sorry. Sim to the end, and it ends up being a 4-0 victory with Troy Parrott getting a hat-trick for himself in the second half. And as you can see, it's time for us to hopefully get revenge here in the Carabao Cup against Manchester City, who last season kicked us out, I believe, in the quarterfinals of the semi-finals on penalties in a very undeserving win for them. Let's get into this one. I see Man City picked the team that we have struggled the most against in the series. We managed to beat them recently, though, as the team is now looking absolutely incredible. As you can see, their ratings to the players is great. Our lowest rated player is 82 rated, in for Tawu and also Wagnerman being the same rating. Let's get into this one and hopefully win the Carabao Cup here. Holden got the assist for him. And Holden gets that pass correct the second time round. Doku, blocked by Wagnerman. Doku's still on the ball here. Wagnerman, great defender from him. The fact we got him as a free agent is insane. That he is so good. Right now, anyway. Here he is, Shirky. There's Dodd, good interception. Troy Parrott. Okay, that pass ended up being an over-top through ball, even though I tried to play a run like an actual just normal through ball. Not to show that happen, but Kostulas. And it's Scott. Tawu, the captain, on the turn. He shoots and scores. And it's 1-0 Leicester. 17 minutes in, the captain for Tawu, the only original Leicester player in the starting 11 and on the bench, as the Killer Bacotti is the only other original here as well, as a player that we still kind of use, as Killer Bacotti plays in the second team. But we get the opening goal here, courtesy Fatawu, who obviously missed a bunch of the first season due to injury, came back even stronger for the second season, and this time in the third season looking to make us, well, quadruple champions. Hopefully we won the FA Cup last season, we're looking to win the Premier League this season, the FA Cup again, the Carabao Cup, we can win it right here, and hopefully we can go all the way in the Champions League to go on to win that. Obviously that's going to be the hardest task of all, but with the team we have and the football we're playing, it could be possible. Oh no. See here, Bernardo Silva. Surprised he's still in there, starting 11 3 seasons in. Surprised he hasn't dropped in overall. Oh, that's a great bit of play, but Ryan just gets the shot wrong. Now inside to Bernardo Silva. Ball through, looking for Haaland, but there's a chain pong. Oh, we lose the possession again. We can't get our own half right now. Man City are looking like scored a goal. Haaland. There's Rodri. Ball through, great pass into Shirky, but there's Samuel Dard, great defender against him. Shirky with a skill moves ball in, looking for Haaland. And Haaland gets the header wrong, and what is going on? There we go. We got it out at least. And Haaland looks like he's got injured in the process. We get a counter going here. Not sure the referee's still playing on. But we take it as we lose possession though. And Haaland's got to go off injured. Okay, Marmoush probably going to come on for them. We make it work. Mandy's an incredible there. Franz Costulas. Back into Manu. Manu hits it from range, and it wasn't the worst effort, but not the best either. He's beating Wagnerman for the first time in the game. Gets it inside. Shot taken. That might be the inexperience there of Mbamba. He took the shot instead of getting a pass. He could have passed it into the centre then. That probably would have been 1-1. He went for the effort, and Gabara saved it. Marquinhos. Shea Charles blocks it. And Wasalite switches it over here to Dahl. Play a lovely pass. Great pass here to Costulas. Fatawu. But over the top. Costulas unselfishly to Troy Parrott for 2-0. And we now have the 2-goal cushion in the game that we love to see. But also it's a dangerous scoreline. I used to say it all the time. A 2-0 lead is a dangerous one. Because if you concede, then all of a sudden you're thinking they've scored a goal, we could concede again. And the other team are thinking, okay, it's only 1-0 now. Let's get another one. Obviously, for us, a 2-goal lead is a great one because we have 2 goals ahead of them. If they score 1, then we still have a goal ahead of them in the game. But we need to just stay on track in this one and not allow Man City to get back into this one, because they've looked pretty good in this game. They've had a few opportunities. They look good going forward. Oh, this football, it can be scored into that. Okay, that football was incredible. The end of it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be, but the actual play was great. Ardagula's coming on for them. That's a big signing for City, Ardagula. I'd love to see that IRL. Okay, Wagnerman forward. Costulas. Fatawu. Through to Troy Parrott. Lovely move. And Troy Parrott with a flair finish. It's 3-0. A double for Parrott. Another assist for Fatawu. He's got 2 assists and a goal in this game. As the captain is shown where he is the captain. So the ball through, great move, great run there from Parrott, and then the Thierry Henry style finish to beat Donnarumma. Into the side net in there, lovely finish there from him. And now the game is done. And we have finally got the revenge on Man City from last season. Yes, we're beating them in the Prem, but this is more satisfying. Beating them 3-0 to win the Carabao Cup, the competition they knocked us out unjustifiably last season on penalties. And a game we should have won inside 90 minutes. That's a great defender from Saleh, but it's fallen back to him, and Gabora makes the save. I wanted to come out and collect that, but Wagnerman got to it first. And well, there's the game done, and we officially have won the EFL Cup. It's not the biggest trophy to win, but as I keep saying, every time I do win this trophy in a career mode, you'd rather win it than not win it. It's the same with like the Community Shield. You'd rather win it than not. 2 goals from Parrott, 2 assists from Fatawu, and a goal from himself. See us win this competition and get revenge against Man City. Let's cut to the trophy list. Fatawu lift the EFL Cup. And well, here we are with the EFL Cup win. Obviously, Vital with the captain getting to lift his first trophy as captain of the club, because obviously Samori was the captain last season. And well, since he got dropped to the bench and we brought in Manu and Mouché Charles to CD, and we obviously gave the captaincy to Vital with the season due to being the only original Leicester player still in the starting 11. Well, since the first episode, obviously, Vital were here. Lifts the EFL Cup, we love to see it. And hopefully this is a prelude to more success that we can have this season. Let's get into the rest of today's episode. And after winning the EFL Cup, we're now taking on Juventus in the Champions League quarter-final Thursday, get away from home in their home setting. Let's get into this one and hopefully defeat Juventus here, well away from home in Turin. It's Costellas wins it. Alex Scott now. Manu. Fatawu. He played incredible in the EFL Cup final. He's looking to put up a great performance again. Feeds it through to Troy Parrott, who can play it across to Costellas, and that's 1-0. Juventus showed their hand there. With their goalkeeper coming out, I believe they've got Jan Black as a goalkeeper in the third, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember that correctly from last time we faced them, if we did face them previously. Yes, it is Jan Black. And Costellas scores. Gets ahead of the Juve defence. No one's marking him, and he's got an easy finish there. And makes it 1-0 to us. You have to see it. So Grova. Ball into the box as well. Ahead of there from Moretti, Grabora makes a save. I probably could have caught it, to be fair, but he denies the Italian midfielder as they keep possession now. And how? That's a frustrating goal to concede, because the interception, and of course it ricocheted perfectly back to them. You know what I mean, with a pass that I played out right here. Look at that. Right into their player, perfectly at their feet, and then in, and then the back of the net. Also, they missed. And they got a little bit lucky, but they might get unlucky here. Costellas is through, but it's straight to the Juve player's feet. We still it there with Manu. And that's a great pass through by Costellas to find Troy Parrott to put us back in the lead. Well, it seems it's going to be a goal score type of game. And Troy Parrott makes it 2-1, puts us back in the driver's seat in this one. You'd love to see it. As you can see, our bench players, they're looking pretty happy. And sorry, we scored another goal. Also, McCarthy and Ansi Fati there celebrating. As Sean Black's beating for a second time. A fantastic finish there from Parrott, but take nothing away from the pass from Costellas. He didn't have the highest passing stat in the game, but his passing is incredible. I said it in the Gladbach series. He played some great through balls. And he does the same again here to give us the lead again. 4-5-0. Especially in Crow mode. Right, here we go again. This is where I can get the easy goals, but Kalulu got the challenge in. Troy Parrott didn't get the shot away. Ball through, a chain Pong Zero to intercept. And now Manu can carry. That pass is meant for Fatawu, but sure. Oh, lovely football. The give and goes we're doing. Troy Parrott back to Costellas, return the favour, and Costellas makes it 3-1. That football in the build-up is why I love the narrow formations in this game. The give and goes you can do from midfield to attack are so satisfying to do. Tiki-taka style football is what I miss so much in these games, man. Just to be able to do one-touch passing. And we did it there. Well, pretty much one-touch passing for most of it. And Costellas finds the finish as we look towards the centre circle. We'd love to see it. We take a 3-1 lead now in this one. Costellas with 2 goals and an assist. Oh, Wagnerman's in there. No nonsense there from the German. Costellas, this is where the support is great. It's actually Parrott though, for Tawu. Oh, Bremer did well, but Parrott runs onto it, hits it, and Jan Black makes the save. Here to Moretti, not the alcohol, the player. Can they yield his? There's Umar Saleh. Scorpion kick pass, why not? Parrott intercepts. Gonna make some changes pretty soon to try put this game to bed. Here's Costellas though. Maybe his last involvement in this game. Costellas shoots and he hits the post. He fell off massively. I talked about it last time we faced Juventus. As our substitutes link up brilliantly there. That's a great passing play. Ansi Fati. It's 4-1. The game's done. But that through ball from Mayenda. That is insane. This team is going to be sad when this series ends, because this team plays such great football. I might just have to keep using this formation moving forward in other series when we have players that it works for. You know, if we have wingers, it makes sense to keep using a formation with wingers. I can't really play cam or striker, but with this team, we've managed to convert lots of Fatawu into a cam, which worked. Ansu Fati's a striker/cam. It works. And even like Mavididi worked at striker for us in the Championship. Tariq George has worked at cam for us every now and again. He doesn't really get the most amount of game time for us, so he's kind of fell by the wayside a little bit in the series, but that's not his fault. It's just we've got better players ahead of him. That's a McCarthy. Obviously, Ansu Fati as well can play cam. Kenan Yildiz. Okay, we're just letting him through seemingly. Kenan Yildiz now is still going all the way. We should have stopped him. I don't know how we didn't stop him because I made like 3 or 4 challenges on him there. But I'm not sure he's celebrating as much as he is. It's now only a 2-goal lead again. I should have simmed it when it was 3-1. I really should have done. No, 4-1, sorry. There we go. Alex Scott. Ansu Fati making a run. He's got Mayenda with him, but Ansu Fati does get ahead of him. Fati now across to Mayenda. Great play, great centre forward there for, play from Mayenda, by the way. To back off and keep himself on side and open up the space for the finish. He's got 5 goals in 5 games in the Champions League. Mayenda he's an incredible striker. I need to use him again at some point as like a first team player and like an RTG series again at some point. Because him as a backup striker is great off the bench. I'm just imagining him as a first team player. As striker, he'll be insane. And the game started, it's 5-2. We should be through to the semi-finals of the Champions League after this win in the first leg in Turin against Juventus. And well, next up is up against a team we've played against quite a lot in this series, but this time it's going to be in the Champions League semi-final first leg at the King Power Stadium at home here in Leicester against Arsenal. Let's get straight into this one and hopefully once again defeat Arsenal, because like I said, it's a team we've faced quite a lot of times in this series. Had some great games against them. Let's get into this one and hopefully beat them here. Probably the most in this series. I think we have played Arsenal the most, if I'm not mistaken. It's them, Man City, or maybe Chelsea we played the most. It's definitely Arsenal or Man City, and I've completely forgot to get Harry Kane in their team in this series. That's insane. So he's just broken another record for Bayern Munich after scoring in the game today, as Troy Parrott's got in behind it. I thought that wasn't going to work out, but Troy Parrott early on in this game, 5 minutes in, makes it 1-0. Whoever that Arsenal defender was, I thought was going to beat Troy Parrott to that ball, but he made the error. And the Irishman, Troy Parrott, I can see, just gets ahead of him. Is it Nkapia? I think it is Nkapia. No, is it Vivian? Did they have Vivian in this series? It is Vivian, I thought so. And he scores here to make it 1-0. And the Spaniard made a massive error. That's unlike him, because every time we played against Arsenal, Vivian's been one of the best players. But an early error for them sees us take the lead, if I'm not mistaken. So Arsenal made some insane signings. As Arsenal open up again here. Troy Parrott, the former Spurs talent, denied by David Raya. That should have been 2-0. That should have been 2-0. That's unacceptable. That isn't 2-0 right there. It could be right here. Parrott. Oh, how has Vivian intercepted that? Castulas through into Fatawu. Has to shoot early, and Raya makes the save. And right now Arsenal are looking. They're managed by Eddie Howe. How has that happened? Nothing against Eddie Howe, but have to go from Mikel Arteta to Eddie Howe. Ball in. Costulas back post. Raya makes the save. He's saving them right now, quite literally. It didn't work out like that. Shea Charles hit to Fatawu. And that should be handballed against Arsenal. It is going to be. Fatawu now has a free kick here. Alice Scott technically has better stats, but the power for Fatawu here I think can work out for us. We haven't scored a free kick for a while. Fatawu, not enough power on this I don't think, but he hits it. And that's actually not bad. A bit too much on it actually in the end. It just kept rising. And unfortunately for us, goes over the bar. It had David Raya scrambling there. Looking so open. At the back. It's no longer Harambol SC. It's open backline FC. No, Shea Charles hits it. And it just kept rising. If he scored that, so I've done nothing. It's going to be another handball, another free kick opportunity. And Arsenal are lucky this game is only 1-0, like I said. Fatawu this time, more of a different angle. Obviously, Fatawu from this one. Can he score? Fatawu, oh, that's an insane strike. I learned from the first one. And the second one, We are running right in this game. This game should be like 6-0. I'm not even joking. You probably have seen pretty much all the highlights of all the chances we've had. But Fatawa from this free kick just exquisitely wraps it into the top corner. Just watch that again. Perfect height, perfect precision. No saving that for any keeper. And it's 2-0 here. That free kick was just beautiful. So here we go again in the attack. Now Arsenal are just... they're crumbling here. Now fans are booing them, rightfully so, because they have not turned up to this game as to get lucky there with Vivian stopping us. Got a corner here, a Champong. This time can he win it? A Champong in the centre. Wins the header, goalwards, force to Kostulas, who I was hoping could get like a back heel finish away for the first time shot, but he took a touch. Because right now they are not looking the best, but here they go on the attack just for half time. Their first opportunity, with the Jurocres, passes it low instead of shooting, and that is going to be the half over for them as we try to get the ball forward, but it might not be here as they get another chance as we lose possession. Bukayo Saka, Shea Charles in there though. Saka, Jurocres, there's a Champong, never go. The ball, but he didn't. Fatawa wins it back though. Alex Scott through the Troy Parrott, the former Spurs talent this time. Straight up right away. I should have taken it closer to the goal, but I had faith in him. Saka. Manu's in there though, lovely challenge. He got a bit of Saka, but he got the ball. They'll talk about that in England training, but it was a fair challenge. Oh, this football we're playing with this team is just... let's squeeze it up until the final pass. Why do I speak? We get it back. Oh, Manu, that is disgraceful with the finish. Needed more on it. Kind of worried now, Sebastian. He tends to play very good for Arsenal when we play against them. That's Martinelli. Back post to Saka. This game should be 10-0. This game should be 10-0. Game literally should be 10-0. Arsenal shouldn't have a single goal in this game. How is that going out for a corner? That movement on the ball was so weird. Isn't an understatement either. That's the most invalid statement possible for the way this game's been. Fatawu over the top, too much on it. Parrott actually does get there, and Parrott makes it through. I thought we overhit that. But Troy Parrott flew like a parrot here to win that header. And it's 3-1. I'm more happy with that. But this game should be 10+0. And I keep saying it. But it's the truth. It's the undeniable truth. And Parrott wins the header there to make it 3-1. I'm just happy that we're going to win this game with a 2-goal scoreline because I'm going to sim the second leg. But like I said, you've watched the highlights for this game. You've seen us run right in the first half. And the fact this game's only 3-1 is a God-given blessing for Arsenal. I'm not religious whatsoever, but that's a God-given blessing for them. Because this game, let's just look at our shots and everything like that real quickly. Actually, let's look at expected goals. Expected goals for us is 3.4. Probably should be higher. Shooting wise, goals we scored, you can see there. Obviously the free kick from outside the box, which was incredible. Off target, we only had 3 shots off target. One of them hit the crossbar. None of them were blocked, and the rest were saved. And when you look at the shots that were saved, it goes to show you how good David Raya is. But we played incredible, and we deserved a win here. And well, now it's time for us to hopefully defeat Manchester City to win another competition in this episode. So we're beaten to win the Carabao Cup earlier today in this episode. And now we're going to take on Man City in the FA Cup final. A competition with the holders of right now. Let's get straight into this one at Wembley and hopefully go back-to-back against Man City in this episode and win also our second FA Cup here in this game. Last time we played against them in the Carabao Cup, Shoki was a hard player to defend against. As Mamuja's header, straight to Gabora. That's an incredible there, but Marquinhos is taking him down. It should be... Where's the yellow? Are you kidding me? There's not even a card. That's last man. He's going to be thrown goal if he doesn't take him out. Fatawi scored a free kick. A few games ago, he scored another one. Fatawu hits it off the crossbar. Are you kidding me? They did get a man sent off for a last man challenge that completely stopped us from scoring, and we hit the crossbar on the free kick. That's disgraceful refereeing. That's incredible from Troy Parrott though. What? And we get a free kick again, no. Marquinhos' second foul and no card still. Fatawu this time has a wrap it into the top corner this side. And Fatawu from the free kick. Hits it just over the bar. Rodri now back down here to Shirky. Ball in. Okay, I did not expect Doku to dive in like that for that. I thought we could take it down. I thought we had time for a Champong or Soleil, whoever it was, one of the two, to take it down and get it away. Fatawu. How is there like 6 players around him there? That's insane. Man City are just playing this super frustrating, high-pressing football. It's an off-the-ball foul referee. I should have... You've got to give a card. Finally, he's given a card. Good move there from the free kick. Costilla shoots and Costilla scores. We finally break the deadlock in this game. After hitting the crossbar from the free kick, and obviously the other chances we've had not really working out for us. Costulas from a tight angle, from an unlikely angle to cross the goal there, beats Donnarumma and puts us 1 goal to the good here in the FA Cup final. It's been a frustrating game, but Costulas channeled his inner Greek god powers and rifled that one past Donnarumma. That makes it 1-0 here. But no more looking the way this game's gone. Man City got to score in this game. I can feel it coming. They're going to get a goal. Costulas creates a room. Manu moves into it. Ball to Costulas. Costulas in. Troy Parrott, Donnarumma saves. That was fantastic play though. It's always short. To Manu. Fatawu turns. And again Fatawu in. On a turn. Troy Parrott this time scores. I had a plan when we got the corner to execute a play like that. And it worked. I just had to be patient. Create the room with Fatawu. As this is still in the game. How have they not fixed this, man? How did they even make this happen to begin with? But Fatawu did incredible there to create the space, finds it across to Troy Parrott, who gets a shot out from under his feet. And this time beats Donnarumma. So the last one he just got denied with the corner. The second time's a charm for him. I think it was a 2-goal lead in this one here. Marmouche is still blocking, but of course it's falling straight back to him. He shoots and Grabara saves it. He's giving a free kick to them for handball. Okay. I didn't see it myself, but sure. Free kick taken by Marmouche and Grabara. Puts it out for another corner. Rafinha. Ball in, Grabara. That should be yours. Why have you parried that? Why did you parry that? There we go. Oh, Marmouche. I'm not liking this. See. They get us back in this one. Rafinha shoots. What a great block there from a Champong. He's got a better Man City scoring answer. That's why he's giving them the time to get a goal here. Odegula. Gonzalez. Soleil's in there. Lovely challenge. Referee call it. There we go. Let's cut to the trophy lift to see us lift our second trophy of the season. Well, our third technically, so we won the Community Shield, I do believe. And you'll have to see it. And we'll beat Man City again to win another trophy. That should be our third final beat Man City in the series, because we're beating them in the Community Shield, the Carabao Cup, and now the FA Cup final to win 3 trophies against them. And well, here we are, another trophy for Abdul Fatawu to lift. And well, we've had a great season so far, but still have the Premier League to try and wrap up. We've got a game next up, our final home, one of the final home games of the season. We're going to play. I think the title might be ours anyway, mathematically. But Fatawu here gets to lift the FA Cup, and after this, We're going to see hopefully the Premier League trophy list as well. And then after that, the Champions League final to end the episode and end the series. And Fatawu lifts the FA Cup. You'd love to see it. Let's get into what might be just straightforward and be the Premier League trophy lift up next for you guys to watch. And then into the Champions League final. And as you can see, after coming so close last season, being 2 points behind Man City in the title race, this season we have gone on to win the Premier League title. Mathematically, the title was already ours. We went to the final home game of the season, so I just played this one and got to the trophy celebrations, as you can see. Vitoria gets the lift. Leicester City's second ever Premier League title after they did it all those years ago. And I think we actually have repeated history, because the first season we got promoted back to the Premier League, finished second. And obviously, the second season we're going to win the title like they did all those years ago. The question is, can we go one step further and win a quadruple in our next game, which is going to be the Champions League final? Let's get into that one and hopefully put Leicester at the top of European football. And as you can see, in the Community Shield final, beat Man City 2-1. In the FA Cup, we just beat Man City 2-0 to win that one. In the Carabao Cup, we beat Man City 3-0 to win that one. And now, we have to try and beat Man City for a fourth time in the cup final at Old Trafford to win the Champions League. Let's get into this one up against Man City for the fourth time in the cup final this season, for the biggest one up for grabs. And hopefully, let's defeat Man City one more time and prove that Leicester City are here and have taken over well and truly for good. See, Man City, last time we played against them in the FA Cup, we're a hard team to beat. Troy Parrott, let's say, is good defender from him. And get that over to Shea Charles. You can find out it's Scott, but again, there's just no room to really try anything. But Fatawu flicks it in behind, and Fatawu's actually in, and Fatawu with a finish. That's an insane goal to score in the Champions League final to give us a lead. Just under 15 minutes in, the captain Fatawu strikes first, draws first blood, and gives us the lead, flicks it up and over, in behind Marquinhos. And then a Thierry Henry style finish there, catching Donnarumma off guard there, just making him think twice what foot he's going to go with. And it catches him there off guard. With a flair there, Fatawu, the captain, the only original player of Leicester, still in the starting 11, scores for us here in the Champions League final to give us a lead. That's Sassuolo. Costulas. And we get another goal straight away here. Shea Charles from range. Shea Charles, the former Southampton man, denied by Donnarumma. Right at the end there, made us lose possession. Here comes City, Ryan Shirky. Ball back into Rodri. Now it's going to be bad from him, and we get the ball. Fatawu. And it's Troy Parrott. Parrott head to Fatawu. Out it's Scott. Costulas with room. But Donnarumma's going to get there. Out it's Scott now. Ball in. And a header. And Marquinhos might have got something on that to give us a corner. He did. Manu in. A Champong. Oh, just didn't pass the ball for some reason. Doku. Kushinov. No, Mamouche, sorry, not Kushinov. Doku. And sit on the counter from the corner. Here's Mamouche. Inside it to Reinders. Back into Doku. And Doku. Great defending there for side. That was patience personified there from him. Yeah, decent position for Fatawu to maybe hit this one. It's a little bit far out, but you never know. Let's try something here. Coming towards a half-time break. Fatawu could be scoring the same free kick. Fatawu from the free kick here. 42 minutes in. Hits it, and Fatawu more to the right. Maybe, just maybe. It's Doku looking to find some magic of his own here. Grabara comes out and collects it. Manu. Shea Charles. Alex Scott with the space. Hits it. Alex Scott. Donnarumma no. And Doku flicks it in behind. That's great move there from the Belgian. That's even better defending from Soleil. Costulas on a break. Fatawu to Alex Scott. But Javodios there. Doku. Keep an eye on the centre. Gabara, please catch that, thank you. Last minute of the game here. Quite literally, says Vagdaman back to Gabora, and there we go. The Champions League has been won for Leicester. A 1-0 victory. A moment of magic from Fatawu. Sees us win this game. We couldn't really do anything else other than that. Man City was so good defensively after that point, but we get the win, that's all that matters. Let's cut to the trophy lift and see Leicester win their 5th trophy of the season, and the biggest one of them all as well. And well, here we are, the trophy lift for Leicester winning the Champions League here in a 1-0 victory against Man City. Like I said, wasn't the most exciting game, but a great goal from Fatawu, the captain, a real captain's contribution to winning this trophy. He deserves to do so. He's been a great player for us since episode 1, a few weeks ago now, since we started this series. And Fatawu gets the lift. Leicester City's first ever Champions League trophy here, which you'd love to see. And Leicester with 5 trophies in one season: the Community Shield, the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League title, and also the Champions League, to also go on top of the Championship that we won, and also the FA Cup as well. 7 trophies we have won here as Leicester manager, and 5 in one season as well is absolutely insane. And what a way to end out this series. We're going to look at the stats of the players in a second here. Do the outro in the menu, and we get to just enjoy these scenes of Fatawu lifting the Champions League trophy. And well, as you can see, stats-wise, this is why we went on to win every trophy this season, because Stuart's now 89 rated, a +6 in this season, 24 goals and 11 assists, 35 goal contributions in 45 games, the same from him. Troy Parrott with 24 goals and 8 assists as well. That's why I didn't want to replace Troy Parrott in the starting 11, because I knew this season he was going to show why we brought him into the team. Because obviously we saw in the first season, well, season 2, what he could do for us, but in season 3 he's really stepped up, and 24 goals and 8 assists is incredible from him. Liza Mayenda in the second team, but even in the first team, coming off the bench at times, 18 goals and 5 assists from him. Ansu Fati, 18 and 9. And for Fatawu, though, in that shadow striker role, 14 goals and 15 assists. And not only that, but he won us the Champions League with the one and only goal in that game, which was to see Tyreek George in the second team doing pretty well, 10 goal contributions for him, and McCarthy doing pretty well as well, and Alex Scott in the first team, 4 and 8. But you've seen some of the high-rated players in the team, but we can't forget about some of the legends of this series that we had. You know, like players like Hakim Ziyech, who is now 74 rated, 35 years of age. We've not used him at all this season, but in season 1 and even at times in season 2, he was incredible for us in the team. It was a big reason why we got promoted to the Premier League in the first place, and why we managed to do as well as we did last season in the team. Albon Lafontaine did great for us in the Championship. Caleb Bakotti was great for us in the Championship as well. Samore. We can't forget about how good he was in that midfield role for us for 2 seasons up until this season, when we brought Manu into the squad and we Shea Charles into the CDM role. But this team has been incredible. Cabora in goal, incredible, man. He's such a great goalkeeper for us. Vagdaman at right back. Considering we brought him on a pre-contract, he's been one of my favourite right backs to use in this game. Pace, physicality, height, ability on the ball as well. He's incredible. Umar Saleh. He's always just great in FIFA, man, or S, whatever they call it. I can see stats-wise, insane stats on him at this stage of the career. 85 rated at 28 years of age. The Frenchman looking pretty good. But next to him, we have Joshua Champong, who is insanely good, man. You'd think he'd have like intercept or anticipate play styles, but he doesn't. 88 physicality, 87 defending, 84 pace. He's such a great player, man. Like, he is incredibly good in game. Semi-Adol at left back. A very, very good left back. He kind of went under the radar most of the time in this series. He's one of those players that you don't see much of, but you don't see him make mistakes either. He's just a player that consistently does great in his role. Shea Charles, obviously we played him at centre mid for a while, where Manu is right now. We played him in that role. But at CDM, I think he was even better for us. Obviously at centre mid, it was great. And at CDM, he's just been incredible for us, man. He's such a great player in this game. I recommend you definitely try out him. Alex Scott's been a player we've signed in a few series before, usually as a backup player. They've already had a first team role in it, so it usually kind of is like a rotation player for us that could take over in the future, but never really gets the opportunity to do so. But in this series, they brought him in, and he showed why he is such a great talent in this game, man. In that centre mid role, he scores goals, he gets assists. Obviously, last season for us, he scored a bunch of goals for us, and he has been incredible for us in that role. Manu, we brought him in this season, he's been incredible. He's been the player that we needed in that team, in that role. Like, he was perfect for this team to play that box-to-box position. For Fatawu at cam, great player, man. We used him out wide. He was great. We used him at Cam. He's been great. I've used him at striker, I believe, as well in a game or two, and he's been pretty good for us. Kostulas and Troy Parrott. I mean, Kostulas, this guy, man, is one of the best strikers you can use in this game. He's just complete. Other than passing, he's a complete striker. Pace, got great shooting, great dribbling. He's 6'1". He's got decent physicality as well. He's just a perfect striker. And Troy Parrott as well. Incredible. When you can develop Troy Parrott to the ratings he is like a rating like this in this game, he's pretty good already in the game, but he's such a great player for us in this team. I definitely recommend you try him out at some point. And even some backup players, like Connor Barron, was such a great player for us in the team. I recommend you try him out. Obviously, playing at Rangers, he's such a great backup player you could bring into the team. Players like McCarthy, obviously Ansi Fatimenda have big moments in this team. Tariq George as well had a big moment this season for us in the Champions League, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. And obviously Samora was a great player for us. Darwin Núñez, we didn't really use that much. We brought him in. He was a pretty good striker for us. He had a moment or two for us in the team. And he definitely is always a great striker in FIFA anyway. But that's going to call it for this series. If you're going to enjoy it, drop a like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. And goodbye.